Breaking news, oh, breaking news. On the airwaves, it's all true. Biafra Express shows the way.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are watching, and welcome to the Biafra Express. I'm Tina Augustine, bringing you a special report on a bold and decisive victory in the fight for the liberation of Biafra in West Africa. The Biafra Naval Force Wing, known as the Dragon Fighters Marine, has successfully executed a strategic operation, neutralizing 9 hostile forces of the Joint Border Patrol, 5 from the Nigerian Navy, and 4 operatives from Cameroon's Rapid Intervention Battalion, or BIR. This victory marks another significant step in the courageous struggle for the United States of Biafra, led by Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. The Dragon Fighters Marine, known for their precision and resilience, carried out this mission as part of Biafra's unwavering quest for freedom and justice against oppression. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, a visionary leader and advocate for the self-determination of the Biafran people, has repeatedly emphasized the importance of defending Biafra's territorial integrity and sovereignty. This operation demonstrates Biafra's readiness to resist tyranny and secure its borders against forces attempting to suppress the will of the people. This latest action comes in response to decades of systemic oppression and military aggression by Nigerian and Cameroonian forces, who have sought to undermine the legitimate aspirations of the Biafran people. The Dragon Fighters' Marine success in neutralizing these threats sends a powerful message. Biafra will not back down.
Thank you, Tina Augustine. This operation represents a turning point in the Biafran struggle. The Joint Border Patrol Forces, composed of Nigerian and Cameroonian operatives, have long been seen as instruments of oppression. By dislodging and neutralizing these forces, the Dragon Fighters Marine has demonstrated that Biafra is not only capable of defending its borders, but is also determined to secure its independence. Local communities have praised the operation, seeing it as a step toward reclaiming their freedom and dignity. The Biafran leadership under Simon Ekpa has pledged to continue taking decisive actions to protect their people and push forward the fight for a sovereign nation. This is not just a military victory. It is a symbolic moment for all those who believe in the vision of a free and independent Biafra. Prime Minister Ekpa's leadership continues to inspire millions. Back to you.
Thank you, Reuben James. The winds of change are sweeping through West Africa, and the United States of Biafra stands at the forefront of this historic movement. As the struggle continues, we will bring you updates on Biafra's journey towards self-determination and freedom. Stay tuned to the Voice of Freedom News for more stories that matter to the liberation movement.
Of history.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are watching us from, and welcome to Biafra Express. I'm Dennis Roberts, bringing you the latest breaking news and in-depth analysis from around the world. Tonight, a seismic shift in the Middle East has set the stage for dramatic changes. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has fled Damascus, signaling the fall of his regime. A historic event that is being hailed as both a triumph and a warning by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Addressing the nation earlier yesterday, Netanyahu referred to this moment as a historic day, but he also warned that it is fraught with significant dangers. The collapse of Assad's regime, according to Netanyahu, comes as a direct result of Israel's targeted operations against Iran and Hezbollah, longtime allies of the Syrian regime. This sudden shift in Syria's leadership not only dismantles decades of Assad's control, but also raises serious concerns over the future of the 1974 separation of forces agreement between Israel and Syria. This agreement has maintained a delicate peace for nearly 50 years. Now it lies in ruins, adding even more uncertainty to an already volatile region. The fall of Assad's regime has sent shockwaves through Syria and beyond. Islamist rebel groups, who now control Damascus, are celebrating their victory, but questions remain about their long-term goals and whether this victory will bring peace or further destabilization to the region. Meanwhile, Netanyahu has extended a hand of peace to those within Syria who are seeking stability. We send a hand of peace to all those beyond our border in Syria, to the Druze, to the Kurds, to the Christians, and to the Muslims who want to live in peace with Israel. While Netanyahu's call for peace is a sign of hope, it also reflects the complexities of navigating alliances and threats in the post-Assad era.
This is a historic day for the Middle East. The collapse of the Assad regime, the tyranny in Damascus, offers great opportunity, but also is fraught with significant dangers. This collapse is a direct result of our forceful action against Hezbollah and Iran, Assad's main supporters. It set off a chain reaction of all those who want to free themselves from this tyranny and its suppression. But it also means we have to take action against possible threats. One of them is the collapse of the separation of forces agreement from 1974 between Israel and Syria. This agreement held for 50 years. Last night it collapsed. The Syrian army abandoned its positions. We gave the Israeli army the order to take over these positions to ensure that no hostile force embeds itself right next to the border of Israel. This is a temporary defensive position until a suitable arrangement is found. Equally, we send a hand of peace to all those beyond our border in Syria, to the Druze, to the Kurds, to the Christians, and to the Muslims who want to live in peace with Israel. We're going to follow events very carefully. If we can establish neighborly relations and a peaceful relations with the new forces emerging in Syria, that's our desire. But if we do not, we'll do whatever it takes to defend the state of Israel and the border of Israel.
Thank you for watching. Stay with us on Biafra Express for latest news updates. As the world watches this historic transformation unfold, we will continue to bring you updates and expert analysis on the situation. Welcome back to Biafra Express News Hour. In this second segment, we bring you the latest developments from the front lines of resistance and conflict across the globe. Tonight, we cover three major stories reshaping the political landscape: escalating tensions in Ambazonia, a decisive strike by the Biafra Liberation Army in Biafra land, and sweeping military operations in Syria. We begin in southern Cameroon, now known as Ambazonia, where international scrutiny is mounting over Norway's controversial detention of Ambazonian leader Dr. Cho Ayaba. Yesterday, December 9th, Norway's appeals court rejected a legal challenge to his extended detention and imposed restrictions on public access to their decision, raising questions about transparency and due process in a nation that champions itself as a beacon of democracy. By silencing the defense and restricting information, Norwegian authorities are walking a fine line between upholding justice and enabling oppression, said one human rights advocate. Norway's actions come amid allegations of complicity in supporting Cameroon's government, a regime repeatedly condemned by the United Nations and Human Rights Watch for atrocities, including extrajudicial killings and systematic torture in Ambazonia. Observers argue that Norway risks undermining its credibility as a defender of human rights. Meanwhile, in West Africa, the Biafra Liberation Army has dealt a decisive blow to Nigerian forces. Reports confirm that BLA fighters have neutralized occupying troops in all the Boni state, a significant victory in their push for an independent United States of Biafra. Chief of Staff Dr. Ngozi Orabueze of the United States of Biafra hailed the operation as a turning point in their struggle for self-determination. This victory is a testament to the strength and resilience of our people. The United States of Biafra will stand as a beacon of hope and freedom for all oppressed nations. This latest development underscores the growing momentum of the Biafran movement as liberation forces assert their control over contested territories. And in the Middle East, Syria is reeling from a series of devastating airstrikes carried out by the Israeli Air Force. The strikes have reportedly destroyed a fleet of Syrian MiG-29 fighter jets anti-aircraft systems, and weapons warehouses, crippling key assets supplied by Iran and Russia. These operations, described as unprecedented in scale, targeted Syrian military capabilities built up over years with Iranian and Russian support. While Israel asserts that the strikes were necessary to neutralize threats, the situation further complicates an already fragile regional dynamic. Reports also indicate that some rebel groups involved in the conflict received training at US bases, including in Qatar, underscoring the layered complexities of alliances in the region. For now, the international community watches closely as Syria grapples with these developments and their far-reaching implications. From Ambazonia's quest for justice to the Biafran fight for liberation and the ongoing turmoil in Syria, these stories reflect the challenges of a world grappling with resistance, oppression, and geopolitical conflict. Welcome back to Biafra Express. Tonight we bring you a critical update from the government of the United States of Biafra. In a bold administrative decision, the United States of Biafra has officially announced the suspension of the current Texas State Administrator, CA, and the immediate appointment of Honorable Ogbonia Osta Okoro as the new Texas State Administrator. This move, approved by the North and South American representative Farm Diana Eme, and authorized by the Chief of Staff on behalf of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, reflects the government's commitment to effective representation for its citizens abroad. The government has urged all Biafran citizens in Texas to now direct their inquiries and governmental matters to Honorable Ogbonia Osta Okoro, who is reachable at +1 346 907 9148. Farm Diana Eme highlighted the importance of this transition, emphasizing that it aligns with the administration's goal of ensuring proper governance and outreach to Biafrans living in the United States. This announcement demonstrates a growing commitment to strengthening organizational leadership in key regions. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, the United States of Biafra continues to establish frameworks that advance the aspirations of Biafrans worldwide while working tirelessly toward achieving sovereignty. This latest update underscores the active efforts of the United States of Biafra to prioritize its people's needs and ensure a united front in the global push for independence. Stay with us here at Biafra Express for more in-depth coverage and breaking news. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
To the land of hope and dreams, the way we did. Cairo and wine, freedom go. Obstacles they plenty, we go fight the way. Together united, I feel me now. Biafra, we no go tire, we dey go ahead. Sacrifice today for better day ahead. So Simon Ekpa, you lead with heart and head. Biafra together, do not forget to forget. Biafra, we rise, our spirit no go die. With every heartbeat, we go touch the sky. Lift our voices high, together loud, Otito. Hope they shine from east to west, Kaino. I'm a Biafra, I go Igbo people join hand, enter light. We dey for one another, no divide. Resilience stay strong, we go hold them tight. Our journey with courage till we sight the light. Freedom with the arts, now waiting we deserve. Challenges go face us, we go never curve. Biafra unite, we go break the nerve. Strength and unity, we steady, we deserve. Biafra, we rise, our spirit.